Hey guys, it's Mr. Wolfie again with another gameplay commentary. This time on Zealot, which just so happens to be one of my favorite maps. Now, we're watching from the point of view of Sanctizzle once again. You may remember him from the Asylum game a few days ago, or weeks probably by this time. But he does a very good job of working with his team, team-shotting, and just really never uses a weapon besides the DMR. He uses the AR a little bit. But really, what else do you need? I mean, this game is designed for every weapon serves its own purpose, and if you use it properly, the DMR serves every purpose, especially with the ability to spam it. I mean, you can blame the player, but whose fault is it for designing the weapon? Anyway, we're not going to get on that right now. What we're going to talk about is this gameplay and the map itself. Now, that was a very nice mid-range. He didn't quite spam, he didn't quite pace. It was like a semi-spam that enabled him to kill the guy at mid-range, but then he gets team shot really hard and can't get away in time. The only real weapons on this map are the sword and there's a concussion rifle up in space. But really, the concussion rifle, I mean, it's not a power weapon or anything. Get some nice team shots on the guys going up the lift here, and very effectively uses middle. It's a nice finishing move on a guy. It's a head case medal, but then once again gets team shot. His team isn't really following him around very much. It's kind of, I don't know if he's staying off to himself too much or they're just running off without him, but anyway, back to the weapons. The sword is definitely the only real power weapon on this map. Now, the concussion rifle can work, and it does if you use it properly, but it's really only good for maybe 2 or 3 kills with all the ammo that's in it. Maybe a few more if you get assists. But they're trying to make a completely Covenant themed map, and the fact is there's just not many Covenant power weapons. There's the sword and the hammer, but you know, you can't put that on both both on the same map. Very nice evade by Sanctizzle right here. And the fuel rod, which you can't really put in any maps, and the plasma launcher, which is just terrible. So they're left really with just the sword and the concussion rifle, which, you know, serves a purpose in between a power weapon and a basically a spawn weapon. Very nice grenade right here. Almost hurts his teammate though, but still gets the kill. Conveniently used by a health pack after he gets hit by a grenade. Sanctizzle is just a really good team shotter. I mean, he spams, yes, but he spams the right way. He doesn't just get into a series of one-on-one fights and spam needlessly and die standing around doing nothing. He specifically spams to pop shields and then fades out, or he spams on somebody that's already hurt to finish him off. He knows how to pick his targets, and that's the main thing, really. But I think this map could definitely use a focus rifle. If keeping in the Covenant theme and keeping in weapons that are actually functional, the focus rifle is a very good all-purpose weapon that I don't see why they wouldn't have considered it for this map. I mean, the sniper works very well in MLG, as well as the grenade launcher, but you know, you don't want to put those on a map that you're supposed to have Covenant themed weapons on. So I understood why they would keep, you know, stuff like the rocket launcher and the grenade launcher off this map. But still, I would like to see a little bit more. I mean, I'm all for it. That's really all I use is rifles. I consider myself a rifleman, just like Sanctizzle here. I basically help my team out by by breaking shields with the rifle weapons and finishing off kills, and I don't see the need in using most weapons except power weapons unless you're just playing for fun, which I do a lot. About the only non-power weapon I really like to pick up is the plasma rifle, but they don't put that on many maps except for a few forged maps. I think the plasma rifle would actually be a good addition to this map to replace the repeaters. Sanctizzle goes 12, 7, and 5, that being kills, deaths, and assists. So 12 kills, 7 deaths, and 5 assists. So he does a very good job of, you know, covering all bases with his gameplay here. Oh, and there's one really important thing I need to talk about. Most people don't realize this, but the middle of the map is very crucial to control. I mean, mostly because of the way the spawns work on this map, you want to just run around and stay very static. You don't, or not static, unstable. You do not want to be in the same place for very long at all because you can't really tell where someone's going to spawn at. Very nice use of the weapon swap. Sometimes it's better to swap weapons than to reload with your DMR. You know, if you have a Magnum, the Magnum is a great finishing move weapon, and the AR is as well. You don't want to lead off with them usually, but they work very well when someone is already no shields. But having someone in middle, I've heard multiple top Onyx players, and I've seen a few MLG Pro videos where they discuss having at least one person staying in middle and pop shotting all across the map, because you can control, or you can shoot at just about anywhere on the map from the middle and use the blinds to carefully cover yourself to make sure you don't die. It's a nice chase by Sanctizzle. It wasn't a... He knew there was a couple of guys around him, and he decided it was best to shoot off into space to finish that guy, and it worked out very well in his favor. Nice jump through the lift to get away. I think he killed that guy. Yeah, he did. Got a body shot when the guy was really hurt and finished him off. He almost got killed himself though in the process, but that's good on his part to get away like that. Using the map for cover and using the map objects like the lifts to get away from danger. Right here, that was a good team shot. He just got a little too exposed and got hit from middle, I believe, and finished off. But him and his teammate did a good job of getting the guy really quick. This is a bad situation for him to be in, but he finds his way out of it, mostly by luck, really. The enemies were all scattering anyway before he got there. And he gets a nice drop on this guy. Get some easy shots on him before he's able to turn around and fight back. Mostly what you want to do as far as going through that lift, and there's another lift that takes you into space, is you just want to use them as a getaway zone. But you can't stay up there for a few seconds. And really, it's not a great strategy. I mean, you don't want... It might be good for somebody to rush the concussion rifle periodically and time it, but it's not a strong enough weapon that you want to just sacrifice the opportunity to help your teammates to go get it. So I would say, recommend rather, if you happen to be getting chased, go through space, grab the concussion rifle, then drop down, but don't make a strategy of it. Now, this might, you know, this might not be the way you play the game. I mean, you might have a better strategy than me. I'm just making suggestions here for people that don't know much about the map or things like that. Some people just run around spamming grenades. But anyway, that was Sanctizzle playing on Zealot. Did a very good job, helped his team out quite a bit. I don't know if I'd consider him a support player or a main slayer. I mean, he gets lots of kills, but mostly he's just a helpful guy. So I guess he could go either way. Most of the time, support players are the guys that don't really pick up power weapons. So I guess I would consider him a support player. But anyway, he's a good support player, and you should all consider playing with him sometime. Anyway, this has been Mr. Wolfie. Peace out.
I know. Can you believe it?